Hi there folks, welcome back to another video. And today's video is going to focus on wall sheathing. But before we go into that, I just want to chat a little bit about why you haven't seen hardly any videos. And it really comes down to one word: monsoon. So naturally, when I am working, quite honestly, I had a 3-week stretch and I think I only had 3 days off maybe. So I took several days off to go birding with a friend of mine, and that was really good, really relaxing. And also I've just been doing kind of small projects as I gear up for even more work. But we'll keep you up to date and everything. Thank you so much for your patience. And so let's jump into today's video. And before we get into wall sheathing, let's look at door framing and how I did that. Well, today's mission, Jim, should you choose to accept it, is to create a door frame in the east wall that'll lead to the porch and the backyard. And it's going to go right here. So, obviously, got to do some modifying and go from there. Okay, time to measure and cut the door frames and get this going. Okay. Yeah, we'll do the other one since it's right here. Now we'll cut the top frame of the door. And pre-drilling as always. There we go. So for those of you who watched me frame these walls, you know that I did it in 8-foot quadrants, and so essentially every time I join them together, it automatically creates a double stud here. So this will be really great to use to attach this door frame to, making the door frame super strong, which is something I really appreciate. Now to get the right height, I have to put this down to set the door frame on top of it to mimic this area here, of course. Nice. Now I just mark out up here where the header and the cripples are supposed to be. Cripples are those little short pieces that add stability, and time to cut it out. Now they're all marked off and ready to cut. Now at this point I could take the Sawzall and cut them in the bottom, or I think I might be able to just give them a bit of a pull. We'll try that first. Yeah, that worked great, and then I can cut those off. There, just kind of unscrewed it. Now it's easier to see what I'm doing here with the Sawzall. I'll take them off. And there we go. There, that's done. Okay, that's working. So we're just going to do a couple of screws to hold it in place because I might have to readjust it a bit. So this is really handy. This is where I had taken out a section of double stud out of the wall for one of the other windows, and so the nice thing is I can repurpose it and just add another couple pieces to it, and it'll make a perfect header. Let's do it. Yeah, we got another piece here. That's serious. Now I'll put this piece on. This guy's pretty messy on this side, but I'll wipe it up a bit, and then we'll be good. Okay, I think let's get brave and see if it fits. Nice. Snazzy. Speaking of that, I wonder if any young people ever use that word. I'm thinking it's maybe a boomer thing. Not sure. And once again, when I'm 100% positive that door casing will fit in there real nicely, I'll screw everything down permanently. But I'll just leave it that if I had to adjust it, I can. And that gives me a little bit less worry because never framed a door before, so we'll see. Now, one of the things about cutting out my windows once the walls were up was it wasn't a perfect science, and it was a new experience for me. So what's called the cripples at the top had a little bit of a gap. So the good thing is I got something to take care of that, and it should work out really well. So hopefully these will do the trick. I got these at Lowe's, and these are a brand called Timberwolf, and they're plastic shims. And so what's nice is you drive them in, and then they have these ridges making it easy to snap, I don't want to do that now, and break off exactly even with where you want them to break off. So let's give them a go. And we will screw that down into the header really nicely. Pre-drill it so it makes it easier. And for the rest of that row, we'll just toenail in these 3.5-inch framing screws. And also, I want to just take a note, which I mentioned before, for folks who said, oh, don't use screws, Don, nails are better for shear strength. Again, these are actually rated for code to be even better than nails, and they're Simpson strong tie specific framing screws. And look what I've got here. I got my work cut out for me today. I'm going to put in some screws here at the very bottom of the wall, right at where the sill plate meets the main floor structure. Okay, we got those in place, so that should work. Beautiful. Couldn't be any more level. Okay, it's in the 90s, I would say, but the show must go on. So this is going to be the more challenging part because I'm a short guy and those are up there. Now for the rest of those, I'm going to be doing the big sheets. So except for that end piece, which is only going to be 4 feet wide, like the one I just put up, these are all going to be 8 feet wide. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge to muscle those up there, but I've got some ideas. Well folks, I had a lot of fun making this MacGyverism. I'm calling it my OSB clip, like a giant paper clip. Okay, I think this part looks good. Okay, my fun OSB clip is working really great. My panel is almost up there, almost. But what happens is it's pinched together with these quick clamps, and this part of the quick clamp sticks over, and of course it makes it impossible for it to go all the way up because it's bumping up against the top plate of the wall. So, gonna have to rethink it. Okay, so I created what I'm gonna call a pulley board. And so on this end, we've got basically a carabiner. I ran out of parts because I was planning on using this large eye bolt set up in both of these ends, but it didn't quite work out. But both pieces will work. Okay, now we'll take our quick clamps and pop them in place. Can't forget our pulleys. And now our rope. And there's two. So guess what, folks? The windows are here. Stored here where the wind won't blow them down until it's time to put them in place. And boy, am I looking forward to that. So I've placed 3-inch screws all the way along this top ridge where the OSB is going to find a home. Now, it's going to do two things. Number one, it's going to provide the proper spacing between the bottom layer of OSB and the top, because you have to leave a small gap to allow for shrinking and expansion. So it's going to do that. The other thing is it'll allow temporary support while I'm placing that OSB where it needs to go. There's these screws, there's 4 of them in each corner here, and they'll be used to keep the rope from slipping off of the OSB. We'll take our first loop of rope and make sure it's on this side of the screw so that it doesn't slip off. And now like so. Make another nice loop here. Again, make sure the rope goes this side of the screw, like so. We'll just chuck our excess rope over here for now. Need to position it a little better, I think. We'll try to do that gingerly and not put the rope out of place. All right, now let's go inside. And we'll get our quick clamps ready. There we go. Now we'll try giving it a go here. Okay, that's a start. Yeah, we're getting hung up on something here. Really good test for quick clamps, because this is how I'm taking up the tension on the rope. Almost there. Well, I'm making good progress as far as putting the sheathing on all the walls here. All that OSB is going up. The faster that happens, the better, because once that's done, I can start focusing on the roof. And wow, almost every day it rains, and this floor is just like a swamp. And so I'm really glad I got the Advantech water-resistant flooring, but even so, it's just unnerving to see an inch of water all over your floor. So the faster I get a roof on, the better. I'm going to put the screws up here so I don't have to come up and down for a minute. Okay. Hopefully they'll behave themselves. Okay, I'm coming up. Okay. Just amazing. Okay, you're there. Great. You good on your end? Yeah. So thank you so much, folks, for watching this video. And I want to say a special thanks to all the subscribers and viewers that just waited patiently for an update as to how I was physically. And of course, some folks asked, how's the big house coming along? So this should give you a bit of an idea. But it's only really a sneak preview. I've got lots more work that's been happening here, and I'll share that with you as soon as I can. And for those who've said hi to me in person at Lowe's or other places like that, just a delight to meet you. So thank you. And we'll see you on the next video.